Sunshine.
Yo, what's up YouTube? Charizma here, and Happy New Year's, boys! You know, it's lit. This is definitely going to be a short intro, seeing as how, I've already given my elaborate diatribe on my history with Hunter x Hunter and all that in a previous video. By the way, I'll leave the link to that ending video in the description below. Trust me, it's fire. But in case you're watching this one first, basically, I was introduced to the series in the mid to late 2000s thanks to all the free but potentially illegal time that I spent in the manga section of Borders, back when that was a thing, reading the first few volumes of the series. I binged on the original 1999 version of the series a while ago as well, but never finished it, and then picked back up with the series around the York New City arc with the 2011 version of the series, and I haven't looked back since. No disrespect to any of the Nippon animation openings, but today is dedicated to finally, once and for all, deciding which of the 6 that there are is the best version of Departure, because someone has to do it, right? If you don't know by now, the criteria here is music, artistic direction, plot relevance, and the almighty nostalgia factor. But obviously music has little to no bearing on this list because, even though there are 2 versions of it, I'm only ranking 1 song here. Come on. 6 different openings here for 1 song, and, I'm just going to hop straight into it with every Hunter x Hunter Departure opening ranked from worst to best. Hashtag Leorio should have been chairman. Number 6. This is going to be one of the very rare times that the first OP from an anime, for a series as big as this as well, comes in last place. I mean, it's not technically the first, but it's the first Departure opening, that's for sure. And, it's perfectly fine. It acts as a simple and fun introduction to the series, and the Nen levels for nostalgia here is comparable to Meruem. But I guess this is ultimately a situation where all the other OPs, similar to this one, OP2 and OP3, stole everything that was great about the first opening, and with the added benefit of a rapidly thickening plot, caused this opening to grow to become very forgettable, the further you progress in the series. The intro scene of the sun rising behind the world tree, the fight scene of Gon, Killua, Leorio, and Kurapika during the Hunter exam, complete with the legendary Killua kick, or Kill Kick for short, the Gon versus Hisoka scene at the end at Heaven's Arena. These scenes have all since been used for other future OPs that come with a bunch more cool shit, involving things like the Phantom Troops. So I'm sorry if the first Departure opening gets overshadowed a little, but give me a break. But hey, at least we get pretty awesome scenes of Hisoka, Illumi, all of the other Hunter applicants for the exam, including Hanzo, underrated, all the proctors for the exam as well in front of a Hunter Association sponsored blimp, and Killua's skateboard. It's actually the only time we get to see Killua with his skateboard in any of these openings, unfortunately. Number 5. On to number 5 now, and no, I promise that this list isn't just going to be every version of Departure in order chronologically, though there is an argument to be made that these openings only get better as the series progresses. First of all, I love how they changed the first scene after the sun rises. Instead of simply showing Gon making his way to the site of the Hunter exam, we instead get these quick pan-up shots of the 4 main characters, jump cutting to full body images of each of them, also with their names written with the Hunter alphabet in the background. The scene after the title card is also replaced with different shots of the main cast as well. One of my favorite scenes of the entire Madhouse run, Gon and Killua running down the Heaven's Arena tower, Leorio doing his best Edward Elric impression, and Kurapika doing his best Shinobi impression. Man, I love a sunset. We see Wing and Zushi practicing his 10, and as the comes in, it hits me that the second version of Departure might actually be the superior one. I don't know, we'll revisit that in the future. Hisoka and the Phantom Troop then get their first cameos in an opening with Pakunoda looking like the John Wick of the troop, and everything else is the same as the first OP really. The all-out brawl during the Hunter exam, complete with the absolutely devastating Killua kick, and Gon and Hisoka's face-off on the 200th floor of Heaven's Arena. It's pretty much just a 2.0 version of the first opening, so, they can't rank too far apart from each other on my list, but I think it is definitely an improvement in some ways due to the inclusion of the Phantom Troop, and because this is essentially the Heaven's Arena OP, and, I have a soft spot for tournament arcs. No, the Hunter exam is not a tournament. It is an aptitude test. All right. Number 4. All right, so my number 4 and number 3 picks were like a nightmare to rank because it was literally animation versus nostalgia, right? So this is the 4th departure opening of the series and the 4th departure opening on this list as well. However, it is the first opening in the series to include entirely new animation. No more Rising Sun. This time it's a young Jing standing in a wasteland, probably where Greed Island was founded. No more Kurapika and Leorio. This time it's the adventures of Gon, Killua, and Biscuit, with a little bit of Hisoka thrown in too. I love this Biscuit kung fu scene, by the way. This opening is the animation side of the argument that I mentioned earlier because damn is it gorgeous. From here on out, all the Hunter x Hunter OPs truly take it to another level with the visuals. Here's just a list of a bunch of scenes that look amazing to me. Biscuit overseeing Gon and Killua's Nen training. Look at those eyes, man. Oh, gorgeous. No, all right, Biscuit's like 50 plus years old or something, all right? Just relax yourself. The Phantom Troop here, Hisoka's bungee gum heart emoji, one of the game masters, Ita, Razor's fearsome dodgeball attack, the cliff scene of all the Greed Island Alliance members, and the Greed Island book next to the lit candle at the very end. Great stuff, and I have very fond memories of Greed Island as well, but you know, on a list as tight as this one, any little thing can give an OP an advantage over another one, and unfortunately this opening just doesn't have as much nostalgia as my next 3 picks, you know, for me at least. Number 3. Okay. I promise I didn't just do all this to have OP4 at number 4 and OP3 at number 3, even though it is cool as fuck how it just turned out like this. The main reason why this opening is in 3rd place for me is because it's the most nostalgic for me. Besides another one, I guess, but compared to that one, this opening is older and reminds me of my humble beginnings getting back into Hunter x Hunter. While the Greed Island Departure OP has a lot of very appealing scenes representing a new chapter in the story, you know, this OP consists of all the scenes that pop into my head first when I think of Departure, period. The Rising Sun scene in the beginning we've already discussed, probably the best intro scene to Departure if you ask me. The zoom in shots of the main crew is here that I love, as well as the scene of Gon and Killua running down Heaven's Arena, even though the Kotoku Demo doesn't hit as hard as the in my opinion at least. And you know, this all just brings me back to my early days with Hunter x Hunter, really. Before ants and overflowing power and then beasts and the loss of limbs. This is the Phantom Troop opening for all intents and purposes, and they look amazing all throughout this OP, with an action scene dedicated specifically for them, all attacking one after another during the hook. We even get to see the Nen abilities for people like Finks, Cortopi, Shizuku, Franklin, and Machi. Doflamingo versus Machi in a sewing contest, who wins? And even Uvogin gets a nice little tribute at the end. To put it simply, this opening combines all of the best scenes from the first 2 versions of Departure with more Phantom Troop greatness and an arc that really made me fall in love with the series, you know? It's the best of the first 3 openings, which are all similar, but it just isn't on the same level visually as my next 2 picks. That's all I can say. Number 2.
This man is already dead.
As I said earlier in the video, from Greed Island on, that Departure really starts to hit different, alright? That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, just from the beginning, you can see that, yeah, it might sound like Departure, but this is totally different. Things are dark and eerie. The Queen of the Chimera Ants is ready to eat you and your family. We see Meruem grabbing a ball of light as it takes us into one of the more bubbly title cards here, if I'm being honest. And early on is when we get all of the happiness that we're gonna get in this opening, as we see Gon and Killua finally doing, you know, 12-year-old boy shit and playing with dangerous insects that should totally not be held. And incoming is my favorite try again / smile again scene, with Kite and his scythe on a red background. It's poster worthy. As the song builds up, so too does the narrative tension as we then see all the hunters involved in the extermination mission. An army of chimeras laying waste to villages all across the NGL in preparations for Mererum's birth, and even a hint to Gon's transformation towards the end of the arc. Then, for the chorus, we get to see everyone in action basically, and boy does the sky look amazing here in the background as Knuckles, Shoot, Nove, and Moral, the GOAT, all charge into battle. Right after, with a contrasting red sky now, we see a few Chimera warriors also charging into battle, and I won't name them all, but a few notable cameos here include Welfin, Zazan, Leo, Chitu, who is probably my favorite Chimera besides Shiapoof and, the king himself, and Colt. And the shading in all of these scenes is incredible. Very Velonica-ish, Real otakus know what I'm talking about. We also see Chairman Netero and a glimpse of his Guanyin Bodhisattva, and to close out the opening, we get just more beautiful scenes of Mererum's royal guard pledging their allegiance to him, and the drawings for the characters all throughout this opening, man. It's been on point. Super sharp and super detailed, This is the Chimera opening, obviously. So I don't need to get into how great the arc is. Watch my ending video if you care enough to hear me go into detail about it. But all of the parts of it are on full display and in the best way in this opening. And it just so happens to have the superior version of Departure in it. Actually, that might be why I prefer the second version more. I fucking love this arc, man. And that brings us to number 1. Oh, what could it be? After just one full watch of this opening, yeah, of course it's my favorite. Just look at it. It's like the director looked at some of the shading from OP5 and was like, yes, more of that, all of that. Whoever's idea it was, thank you. Because what a way to kick off the final few episodes of the quite successful Madhouse adaptation of Hunter x Hunter. The opening kicks off with a tribute to the legacy of Isaac Netero as the election to decide the next chairman of the Hunter Association is underway. And this time, before the title card, we get to see all 12 of the Zodiacs in groups of 4. Group 1 being made up of True Salt of the Earth, Periston, Mizai Stam, my second favorite Zodiac, Kanzai, and Pion. Group 2, Botobai, Gel, Sacho, and Ginta. And Group 3, Sayu, Cluck, Jing, and objectively the best Zodiac, Cheadle, Yorkshire. And this all leads us into definitely the best title card by far. The Hunter x Hunter logo with a bunch of kanji and hiragana characters raining down all around it. And in a way, besides the chairman election of course, this opening is focused a lot around Killua because of his whole journey to ask Alluka for help in healing Gon. Gon marching away from Killua in this opening makes me very sad, by the way. Then everyone's on the phone discussing the Gon situation, and Goto gives us a little coin action until we get my favorite scene of the entire opening. If I had to choose one, it would have to be this rotating scene of Illumi and Hisoka back to back on a red sky. I love these two together. If you're caught up with the series, then you know that Illumi, Hisoka, and Chrollo developed this whole bloodlusted game of hard to get death love triangle thing, and it's one of the most entertaining parts of the entire Succession War to me. It's great. But back to the OP, and speaking of death love triangle things, we then see the tension between Jing, Periston, and Cheadle, as well as Killua trying to save Gon in a scene of Alluka/Nanika. Then we get the customary chorus action scene, and while I don't think it's better than the one from the Chimera Ant arc, that one just has too much going on in it. This scene of the Zoldyck family servants chasing after Killua as he uses Godspeed to try and escape with Alluka is still very energetic. So energetic that Leorio punches a podium and Gon and Killua smile again. And boy, does the sky in this scene of Killua and Alluka looking at the world tree here look absolutely splendid. Look at the colors, man. This opening is just top to bottom beautiful, That's why it's my favorite. That's it. Every time I watch any of the Departure openings, it makes me miss the series, but specifically this one, man, it kills me inside that the series is still on hiatus. Like, imagine a Departure opening for the Succession War with Kurapika, the Kakin royal family, the Nen Beast, the Troop, etc. Or, who knows? Maybe they'll have a whole new song by the time the anime returns. Whatever they choose to go with, it's going to be damn hard to top a song like Departure, that's for sure. Oof. And that was every departure ranked from worst to best. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, it was a little bit of a shorter one today. Only 6 entries, and you know, they're all the same song again. But trust me, like, we got a doozy coming for January, boys, because yeah, I'm gonna take down the beast. Because in January, we're going to be doing every Naruto ending ranked from worst to best. In case you don't know, there's like 40 of these freaking endings, so yeah, it's gonna be a long video, but hey.
Oh, just great. This is gonna be a drag.
You know, just like usual, leave your list below of how you would rank the departure openings. Look for another poll coming in the next few weeks about what we're going to do for February, after I get done this absolutely fucking insane Naruto video that I'm gonna do. Oh god, guys, like, hey, it's going to be fun because I like the Naruto endings. You know, it's definitely going to be a lot of nostalgia in there because, you know, Naruto cliffhangers, all that kind of shit. But yeah, leave a like if I'm all right. Subscribe, please, because I'm broke. Light up the comment section again with your list, whatever you want me to rank next. Yeah, I'm out, man. Once again, Happy New Year. Hope you guys enjoyed the year because, God, 2020 was fucking terrible. But it's over now. I'm recording this on New Year's Eve, but by the time the video comes out, it'll be over. It'll all be a thing of the past. So yeah, man, I'm out. Until next time with this long ass Naruto video. Sun time.